Hello everyone, it's Almighty Swan here, and this whole video is pretty much explaining what's going to be happening for Ween, and then after Ween, and just a lot of other stuff that we need to go over. This also will kind of go over the games that we will also be playing, what we're doing during that time, and obviously what is going to be happening after I have my surgery. That is in November, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. Anyway, first thing we need to get through is what times am I streaming and what days am I streaming for the Swanoween. So I think everyone remembers last year that I streamed every single day at 8 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. PST. Well, that is drastically changing for this year, that I'm not going to be streaming every single day. What I'm planning on doing is just doing Sunday through Friday at 8 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. PST. I always will put a calendar up every Sunday at 12 a.m. PST to make sure that everyone knows what times I am streaming during that week. But that is the schedule plan for every single day for Sunday through Friday, and I'm going to be taking Saturdays off. The reason why I decided to do this is because I obviously spend time with family on Saturdays, and it becomes really stressful whenever I am like, hey, I need to kind of leave. Sorry, streaming. Now I can actually just sit back, have a great time with family, and so on and so forth. But that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'll repeat myself. I'm streaming Sunday through Friday from 8 or 9 p.m. PST, and yes, it can still be 3-hour streams or 4-hour streams. It really just depends on how early I have to wake up the next day. Anyway, let's move on to movie night, because that is changing too. So movie night last year for Ween, I would have done it every single Saturday. Now, henceforth, I am not going to be doing movie night this year. And the reason why is because I am trying to save up money for the surgery and all the other stuff that is going to be happening. And so I currently just don't have a way to watch horror movies just in general at this current time. That being said, I do think that movie night was a good thing that I did last year. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to bring it back at some point. Just for this year, I'm not going to do movie night. So pretty much what we're doing is that we are just going to focus on the horror video games, and that's pretty much it. So, with all of that being concluded out of the way, let's move on to some of the games that I will be playing for this Swanoween. Now let's talk about some of the games that I will be playing for Swanoween. I will say sadly that some games might end up being put on the back burner because, like I just said in the previous part, that I am saving up money for my surgery. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to play, per se, Silent Hill 2 Remake. I know Alan Wake 2 is not in this rotation for this year either. So we'll probably play it sometime next year. So I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. I'm sad to say that, but if I do play Silent Hill 2 Remake this year, then it will definitely be in the rotation, and I will announce it per se via Twitter or whatever, or /X, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that being said, we are going to be kicking off Swan and Ween with the System Shock remake. Now, I did buy this last year. I was going to play it last year, but we kind of just ran out of time before Swan and Ween just inevitably happened. We are also going to be playing System Shock 2. I've never played System Shock 2 before. I have played System Shock 1 before, the original, but I kind of had to stop playing it because the colors were just hurting my eyes. So, yeah. Off of that, we are going to be playing the Alone in the Dark remake, Still Wakes the Deep, and finally, we're going to be playing Condemned to Bloodshot that we tried to do last year, but my battery pack for the 360 decided to kapooey itself. And then, pretty much, hopefully that we will be able to play Silent Hill 2 remake. If not, I do have some other games that's in the back burner that I can always pull out. I have plenty of horror games that we can play, and yes, I do have backup horror games just in case we finish all these games pretty relatively fast. So that being said, moving on from that, we're going to talk about when Swan and Ween will start. I know I sound like a broken record for saying this, but I'm gonna mention it one more time. So like I already mentioned in the latest update video that was released this current Wednesday, is that Swan and Ween will start October 1st at 8 p.m. PST. Now there is a small chance that it can start at 9 p.m. PST. So if that does happen, pay attention to Twitter. All that stuff is linked down below. And that's pretty much all I have to mention at this segment. I know I sound like a broken record for saying that, but that's perfectly fine. Anyway, let's now move on to with my surgery and what is going to happen from November 1st through November 7th. Yes, it's a long time, but let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to mention is that I will not be streaming on October 31st. And the reason for that is because this is the day before my surgery, and it is also Halloween, and I want to spend time with family and stuff like that. Hopefully everyone understands that, and everyone is a-okay with that. So that's what's going to end up happening. So remember that I will not be streaming October 31st. Now, let's talk about November 1st. So, if anyone's wondering, I am having hernia surgery, possibly double hernia surgery. They have to do some exploratory surgery on myself because I've been having pain on my side. I've mentioned this in multiple update videos already, that I've been having pain on my side for the last couple of years, and I've been trying to figure out what it's been. I've done multiple ultrasounds, MRIs, you name it, I've done it. I've done blood tests, I've done anything I could possibly do, and nothing has popped up at all. The thing that my general surgeon said that is doing my surgery, he said that I have a divot in my stomach, so that could be possibly another hernia. But once he obviously gets in there and figures out what's going on, he will fix it up and so on and so forth. Now, what does that mean for streaming? What does that mean even for YouTube, on the YouTube side of things? Well, here's what's going to happen. I will not be streaming from October 31st to all the way until November 6th. The reason why for this is because I do, obviously, 31st, I want to spend time with family. The 1st is my surgery, and I want to make sure that I am perfectly stable and be able to heal very well. And I just don't want to worry about me trying to hop on streaming. And I just want to kind of lay back and make sure that I'm obviously healing properly. Now, there is a possibility that I might be on earlier than November 7th. That's whenever I want to pop on. But that being said, if I do pop on any earlier, it's because I'm feeling a lot better than anticipated. And that means that I am healing really well. And that's just a good sign. Now, let's talk about the games that I'm planning on playing after the surgery. So this is even after Ween. So after the dust settles on the surgery that is planned for November 1st, let's generally talk about the games that I am planning on playing after Ween and the surgery. Now, first thing is first, we are going to finish the BioShock trilogy. Now, at this current time, we have not played BioShock Infinite. Let alone, I don't know, at this time that of this recording, I do not know if we got to the DLC to BioShock 2. So, if we didn't get to the DLC of BioShock 2, we will play that after that. If we did, then we will start BioShock Infinite and Burial at Sea. And that's pretty much what's going to be going on. Now, obviously, I was going to also plan to play Assassin's Creed Shadows on November 12th. That was the original release date. But because I obviously waited to record some of this stuff, that completely changed. Now, I do not know what we're going to play after the BioShock trilogy. We could also just do Fallout London. We can do Monster Hunter World. I don't want to do Stellar Blade, and I know I definitely don't want to do Elden Ring. Those are not definitely games I want to play while I am healing from surgery. But I could definitely see myself playing some Fallout London and actually sitting down and finally playing that. But I do want to use a controller, so we'll figure it out whenever that time comes. But yeah, I also forgot to mention in the last part about what's going to be going on the YouTube side of things. So you will see BioShock 2's videos going out in November. So I will have content for YouTube. So don't worry. And yes, YouTube videos will stay consistent Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. PST. So nothing is happening or changing during that time. Anyway, off of that, pretty much after all of that is said and done, we will probably more likely do Fallout London. And then after that, we will do our Elden Ring run, and that includes Shadow of the Erdtree. And then pretty much we hit December, and I have a thing planned for December, and that will probably definitely get announced in November or early December. But that being said, let's move over to pretty much the end of this video. So yeah, first things first, I want to thank everyone that has tuned in to the stream, that has watched my YouTube videos, from my reactions to my updates to announcements to whatever I have put out there already. And I want to genuinely thank you all just for that. I've been streaming for about almost a year and a half now, and I've had a great time doing it. And let's make another year and a half count, right? Anyway, I do have a couple of shout outs that I want to do. And this is specifically for Swan and Ween. But first of all, I want to thank Ruby Darkness for the music that they have created for Swan and Ween. They have also created music, multiple music for a lot of my announcements or the videos that you see per se for my updates and stuff like that. And yeah, they generally have helped me a lot to do that. Also, I want to give out a big shout out to Stream Bunny Co. They are the ones that helped with the overlays on Swan and Ween. These are the same overlays that I used last year. There is obviously some budget cuts that I have to do because I'm not going to repeat myself like a million times, but yes. But that being said, I want to thank them very much for the overlays and the music that they have created and many other things too. Anyway, let's wrap this video up. I think that covers everything that I want to go over in this video. If I do forget something, I will tweet it out and address some of the stuff that will end up coming with that. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye! Hello everyone, if you like this video then don't hesitate to check out the channel, where I upload my playthroughs, thoughts on games, and many other videos based around video games. If you want to see when the next video goes up, then don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!